What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Dad Labs podcast.
Let me tell you, it's hot.
Oh, dude. Well, when you do a podcast at 1 p.m. inside their studio at 85-degree weather.
85 is not what it is right now.
I know. Yo, what's up? This is Dodger Tommy in the house, and
Padre Tommy
still scratching and clawing his way up to the top of the NL West.
I didn't say it wasn't going to be like that.
Well,
of course it's going to be like that. It's always.
And you know what's going to happen. I'm talking my smack, and at the end of this season, we're going to lose the freaking title of the West.
Happens every time.
Happens every time?
Every time.
Only one time, actually.
That's the only time I remember.
Did you guys even win the title that year?
No, God. No, our World Series was playing you guys.
No, that's when
beating you guys.
That's when AZ won the NL West. Yeah.
Yes.
That's when we were on a newspaper. Slay the Dragon.
Slay the Dragon.
I still have that, bro. I kept it.
Do you?
Oh, that's a good idea.
You gotta keep on.
Yeah.
Do you still have the newspaper clip from the 1990? When did you guys go to the World Series
98.
last? Was it 98?
Yeah.
98 Braves, bro.
When you guys got smoked by the Yanks?
No, that was before.
That was before. That was the only World Series you guys have been to.
Yes.
Yeah. That was like 91, right?
Because there was the what is it, 84 era?
Mm-hmm.
The Tony Gwynn era when we went.
That's the Tony Gwynn era when you guys went.
Tony Gwynn era.
The World Series was at Jack Murphy.
And then and then after that, because that was the Steve Garvey and all that.
Yeah.
And then after that was the Yankee one. That was just it was a. Yeah, that was the Yankees were exceptionally good that year, though.
We love baseball here at the Dad Labs podcast. I'll tell you that. Another episode of In the Laboratory, and this is my friend, Coach Noe in the house.
How you guys doing?
Good.
How you doing, bro?
Good, man. It's hot.
I know.
That's cool.
He's got pants on and a sweatshirt on. Well, we appreciate you coming over and hanging out with us at the Dad Labs podcast, man.
Yes.
Thanks for having me, bro. I appreciate you guys.
Of course. We're going to have a lot of fun. Our goal here, Tommy, let them know our podcast goal.
We're just trying to enlighten other dads and men in general to, kind of talk about kind of what we know is going on inside. And a lot of it, too, is it's healthier just to get that out because we're not the only ones going through this. Dadhood, dad life, whatever you want to call it. And then it's a place for us to kind of just vent and then get together as a community and then just talk out everything that we're thinking and feeling. It's like, the more you talk it out, the more you realize, hey, we are not alone.
Yeah.
We're not trying to burden the whole thing on our shoulders. And we're not the first ones. Mm-hmm. That's the other thing, too.
Right.
So,
mm-hmm. And then, of course, like we always say, with every good dad, there's a good mom, right?
Oh, yeah.
And the wifeys, they get a lot of love. At least from us, we couldn't. I don't know what I'd do without my lady.
I wouldn't be sitting here if it wasn't.
Yeah, I couldn't do it without my wife.
No.
A rock.
All right, bro. Well, since let's. I want to hear more about you. Let's kind of introduce yourself. Kind of give us a little bio. Where you grew up and all that type of stuff.
So my name's Noe. I grew up in Escondido, but I lived in San Marcos before I lived in Escondido.
Okay.
And around 5th grade is when I came to Escondido. Went to Lincoln Elementary, went to Rincon, where a lot of our baseball kids are at. Then I went to Escondido High School, graduated there. Did the Palomar thing for a little bit. So I'm local, pretty local. Yeah,
all right.
Cool.
Spent a lot of my time here. I left for a little bit, for a few years, went to Riverside to kind of explore and try something different, and I found myself back to North County.
Good old North County.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of local really good dads, man, in Escondido.
I agree.
We keep seeing them, and we're just like, we're going to keep interviewing them, bro. Tell us a little bit about your dadhood, man, being here on Dad Labs podcast. Tell me about your kids, dude. How many you got? You don't have to name names.
Yeah.
But you can just tell me your ages and, yeah.
So I have 3 kids. I have a 3-year-old. His name's Kylo. He is the wildest out of my 3. Just absolute maniac, totally nuts, no control, no filter, no nothing. I have Logan, who is 11. He's my middle child. He is I'd say troublemaker, the ladies band,
Logan?
Logan.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I have Derek, who's my oldest. He's 13. He's the calmest,
He's calm.
super calm.
He's super mellow,
Yeah.
bro. But he's the type where you're like, I mean, if the tiger's got to come out, I'm sure it's there.
Yeah,
You know?
he's we've seen it a few times. It's he's got a calm personality, but if you poke him, poke the bear, we call him Bear.
Yeah.
That's his nickname. Everybody knows him by Bear. So
Yep.
it fits him. It definitely fits him. But 3 kids, and we are a baseball family. All we do is baseball. All 3 kids, including Kylo, now 3 doing t-ball. We do baseball. So it's a big part of our life.
You know, when I first met this guy, and then he had his little baby Kylo. This kid would just run around the whole baseball field, bro. Like taking people's bikes, riding them. Just wants to have fun. He's not trying to be mean. He's just a little
No.
kid, you know.
He doesn't know any better.
But it's the coolest thing. You just walk up to him, give him nugs. He's like, "What up?" Hot days, he's there. Cold nights, he's there, man. Guy's a beast, bro.
Yeah, from literally, bro, weeks old, he was at a field. So he's used to the madness. I think it's our fault that he's so wild because we introduced him into the madness so early on. So he was just baby at the fields. People screaming, yelling, kids playing.
It's like the park.
Yeah,
It's the same thing,
yeah.
right?
Well, he's growing up at a field or a park or around kids. So to get him to slow down and unwind is very, very hard.
Yes.
And funny enough, we're having a hard time with that right now at school because he's always on the go.
Yep.
So we're trying to teach him now how to slow down and how to just take a moment and breathe because he doesn't know how to do it.
Do you guys? What are some of the tricks you're using? Like maybe like having like a full dinner with the family and having them sit, or what are some things like if there's a parent out there that is dealing with the same thing?
It's hard, man. There's no one thing that you could do. It's hard. It's mainly just us as parents being calm and talking to them in a calm way instead of yelling or getting them in trouble. And talking. Kids understand if you talk to them. Even at 3 years old, they'll understand you. So that's what we've been doing is just talking to them.
Yeah.
But funny you bring up the whole dinner thing is that's one thing we just started doing a lot more, like enforcing it. We all have dinner. And then we all have a little conversation after dinner, and it's been super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard with the chaos, and it's funny because just this year is our first fall with no baseball, and it's weird. And I agree. Don't get me wrong. I try to when they are playing and the Padres are playing, I put them on TV, but it's like okay, no electronics. Everybody sit and be present. For just, I mean, most of the time they scarf it down, right?
Oh yeah.
And they want to jet, but it's like, okay, no, we all sit, we all do that, just to try to do it. Now it may not be with home cooked meal, but we try.
Yeah. Got to do what you got to do, man.
Got to do exactly. Got to do what you got to do. Yeah. So.
I had a plan today to make a really good home meal, but
right,
You never know. We did a whole episode about it, man.
Yeah.
We forgot to defrost the chicken. What do we do now?
Yep.
No, yeah, it's family time is important. Let me ask you something, bro.
Yep.
How's your faith, man? Are you a religious guy or?
I have a belief. I definitely believe in God. We aren't the best at it. We don't have a place to call our own and to go and to do the thing, but we do. Every so often, lately especially, I'll tell my wife, "Hey, you want to go to church this Sunday?" And sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. But I'm trying to make it more of a thing. But I think this last year we probably went to church more than we ever have.
Yeah,
even if it was only a few times.
That's cool.
But as you get older, though, you start realizing that you have to teach your kids something, and I think faith is big. You have to.
Yeah, I agree. We leaned on it. Our biggest thing was we reached out as a family probably when my youngest, so my 12 going on 13-year-old, just started kindergarten.
Yeah.
I think that's when we as a family were like, wait, we got nowhere to call home.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where it was a reality check where it was like, where is he going to learn this stuff?
Yeah.
And I think that kind of that kicked us into gear.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And I've said this on here before, statistically, if the man goes to church, the dad goes to church every week or makes it an effort, that 90% of the time the family is just going to follow without even question, you know?
Yeah.
And so as dads, we feel the responsibility of, and usually moms are all about it. They're like, let's do it. Of, you know, trying to protect, as in how I feel, their kids' lives later on. But, well, anytime you want to come to my church, brother, my little guy's getting baptized on Sunday. You can
cool.
come check it out, man.
Of course, yeah.
Dude, tell us a little bit about your relationship with your dad, man. Like, we're dad labs, man. We got to know how your relationship was.
My relationship with my dad is complicated, man.
Yeah.
My dad, the way I would have answered this before was my dad was not a good man.
Okay.
My dad was a troubled person. He had his demons, and he didn't know how to be a father, right? Lately, I've been thinking, and I think I'm realizing that he was probably just as troubled, confused, and broken as I think some of us are, and he just didn't know how to deal with it or cope with it. So there was no talking to somebody, no, admitting to having an issue, especially in Mexican culture. You're taught to be a manly man.
Machismo,
You gotta if it hurts, just be quiet, tough it out. And he had a lot of demons to him, and I struggled a lot as a kid, man. I didn't have the correct father figure, and that's actually why I try to be different than how he was. So I try to parent differently than he did. So you could go one way.
Yeah.
You could do what your dad did. I could ruin my kids and break them, or I could try to be a better father and give them what I think I should have had, or what I think I deserved. But it was rocky, man. It was bad. He had some issues, alcohol, drugs, and I think the biggest thing that he did wasn't good. I don't want to say did wrong. Was he never showed that he cared because of the whole you got to be a tough guy. So it was tough love, but I think a kid needs to be told that he's loved, and he needs to be shown that he's loved. And I don't think it was just, I have a brother and a sister. We didn't get that, So my relationship with my father was very, very bad.
It's sat weird because that it doesn't sit right, because a lot of times, and I've been doing a lot of research too, psychologically the dad is, all the kids want to make dad proud.
Yes.
Like that's always the thing.
Yeah.
Regardless of if the dad is wanting that too.
Yeah.
Because it's like most of the time, from our perspective, or for the dad's perspective, they just want to see the kid. And it's funny because it's like this unspoken thing with dads. Like even me, I want my kid to succeed at all costs. I want my kid to succeed. And I look back on some of the things that I've done, and I've how the way it's come out, and I'm thinking to myself, oh man, like I never told him you did good, or just like kind of like you said, it's like you may physically be there as a dad on the sidelines, but it's one of those things where just giving your kid a hug, hey, you did great today. And it's like innately in our minds, it's like we just want to stand there and watch our kid and that we enjoy it. But then consciously being like, oh, wait, no, I should acknowledge my kid on the field.
Oh, yeah.
I should also say something. Like, it doesn't need
Don't
to be...
Don't suck, kid!
Well, but in all honesty, that's how it comes out. Not in a bad way.
We don't mean to.
We don't mean it in a bad way. But dads out there, that's the one thing is, you want to be critical, but critical is because you're trying to improve your kid. And most of the time, the criticality is not necessarily improving. It's not helping them. It's basically they hear you, and they always hear you, and they hear, oh, there's my dad saying, oh, I got to kick the ball better. I got to swing better. And in reality, I think at the end when they're detoxing, I think that is one thing I've noticed as a dad. I did that yesterday. My son was at flag football, and I was like, hey, I saw that one catch. He literally got the ball thrown to him like one time. I was like, hey, I saw that one time you got it, and you tried your best. Like, hey, that was a good catch. Out of everything that happened, like he wasn't in the main, everything. But when he did get a play, hey, I saw that little extra hustle you had. Like, hey, I really appreciate you trying.
Heck yeah.
That goes a long way, man.
Yeah, it does. And I think to that, not to, I don't know your dad or anything, but flipping it around, it's like a lot of times we've had guests on here that are like, I just reached out to my
Yeah.
dad.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you then get that backstory.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that backstory is huge because it's like, you don't see both sides.
Well, that's why I say I would have answered that question differently
Yes,
before.
exactly.
So my dad has since passed away, so he's not with us anymore.
Yeah.
And we went years without seeing him, me talking to him. I had a lot of, as an adult, I had rocky, like really rocky. It almost came physical at times. And I was angry at the man. But we end up finding out he's in a hospital and he's pretty much on his way out. So I didn't want to, but I went out and I reached out to him and went out to say, the final words and closure and whatnot. I brought my mom because I kind of took my mom away from that situation.
Yeah.
My brother and sister. This was early on.
You're trying to protect.
Yes, that's my problem. Sometimes I'm too much of a protector. So I kind of pushed him away from my family and I isolated my family. But the reason I say that is that I would have answered that way is because it worked out at that time. He didn't pass away. He actually stayed with us for like 6-7 months after that.
Oh,
so I actually had him come to my house, and he lived the rest of his months at my house, and we were just taking care of him. He couldn't do much. He was pretty much
That was planned for you.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
That's closure.
Yes.
God set
That's
that up.
the good Lord coming down saying, hey,
Yeah.
you need some closure here.
So in those months of him being there, we pretty much cleared out master bedroom, put him in there. He had a setup. My mom was staying there too, and she got her closure, which is what made me the happiest.
Yep.
Is my mom's closure. That's part of being the protector. Is I was sidelining my emotions to make sure my mom was okay.
Yep.
My brother and sister were okay. But I got to conversate with the man and learn a lot about him, and he told me things I didn't know before.
Yep.
And he struggled, man. He struggled a lot as a kid, and he didn't have a good father figure. Not that he wasn't there, but my dad was just a wild person.
Yeah.
He was what he
Kind of
was.
like your youngest.
Yeah. So I do understand what where he was coming from and what he was doing.
Yep.
I wish he would have handled it differently because, like I said earlier, I could have gone the same route.
Yep.
I could have done all these things, and it would have affected my family and
Yeah, you got to break that cycle.
Yeah, it's a
Break that
cycle. Yeah, you have to break the cycle. But it was rocky. It was definitely rocky. And as a kid, I think no matter what, like you said, whether it's right or wrong, as a kid, I was just trying to get my dad's attention.
Yep.
And I was doing things that weren't right
Yes.
to get his approval, and I
Yes.
knew they weren't right.
Yep.
And
You're getting negative attention.
Yeah, I was.
But negative attention
Yeah.
is attention.
Is attention.
That's the
thing
thing
too.
is he wouldn't. It wasn't like that.
Okay.
If I did something I knew was bad, but was something he was doing or had done before, I would get the little, okay, versus the no attention. So it's tough. It's tough, and I figured it out a little bit later that maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I shouldn't try to keep things from people or do things over here that I shouldn't be doing just to make this guy happy because it's not the right thing.
Yeah.
And I think as a kid I was always a little more mature than I was supposed to be because I saw a lot of different things from him. He taught me a lot of things I shouldn't have been taught, and
At a younger age.
at a way younger
Yeah,
age, man.
that's the key.
I was my mom would do something where she would send me out with him to kind of keep him calm and keep him in check, but he wouldn't care. He was wild. He would do everything he was doing whether I was there or not. So I saw a lot of things the kids shouldn't see, and my perception of life was a little bit warped as a kid.
And that's why I like you so much. I feel like you and I are like this because that's pretty much how my dad was in my situation was. I mean, we've had a conversation before, and so I totally feel you on that end of it,
Yeah.
And it makes us a better dad.
I hope it is. I mean, I'm trying my best, but
They're alive right now, bro.
yeah, we kept them
They're
alive.
feeding, they're eating, they have clothes.
Well,
Yeah.
it gets dicey because now our oldests are getting to. You're not your oldest, but these boys are getting to a point where they're getting in that middle school,
Yeah.
and it's like, when is too early to start talking about certain things, or
whenever it comes up.
But a lot of times too, though, the situation we got it, and this is where you're kind of saying is that you have this experience, right, where it's like, oh, I was exposed to this. No, that's way too young. So now you get to bring that and say, no, it's not the time.
Yeah.
Right? Or I'll talk to you about that.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit later. But right now you're just too young to understand, to wrap your head around those certain situations. Like my boy, very naive. Not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. I actually think it's in a good way. Because it's like, be a kid as long as you possibly can. Yeah. Dads out there, these kids, shelter them. Let them be unresponsible, all that stuff, and be a kid.
You know what I've heard is let them, and it doesn't mean like the tree is like a figure of speech, right? Let them climb high enough to break an arm, but not high enough to break a neck.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a fine line. It's a fine line.
It is.
It is definitely a fine line. I think I did it a little bit differently though. I actually want them to know the reality of life. So for example, when I had my dad there and the whole thing was going on, I had a conversation with them. They were this was 4 years ago.
What's going on? Yeah.
So 13 now, and the conversation was, this is the reality of life. This is what happened when you choose that road. This is why we don't do stuff like this. So I try to, as bad as it sounds, I try to use them as an example to them. Yeah. Don't do that.
I think
that's super close. This is your grandfather, and he just.
Well, I mean, it's what you know. That's the only example you know. So that's the one you got to give.
Yeah. So, but on the other side of that, though, I do let them be kids.
Yep.
Yeah. They hang out there, Well,
talk about letting them be kids, bro. Talk to me about this travel ball team that you put together, and I know each one of your boys are on that team, except the little one. But I'm sure there's going to be a 6U team coming really soon
for you,
and then we'll talk about what's in the jars.
Yeah. So Bashers Baseball is our team. We call it Hidden City Bashers. Hidden City is Escondido. That's the nickname for our city. So we are Hidden City Bashers. It's Jose, Luna, and myself. We started the team together. Initially, we were just one big group of kids, 10, 11, and 12. We were playing the older age because we had to, so someone had to play up. And now it's broken up into two teams. So we have our 12U team and our 13U team.
Yeah.
So 13-year-olds are, I take care of them, and then the 12 and 11s he takes care of.
Okay.
So it's fun, man. It's awesome.
So these guys, I've watched this group of kids. I've coached some of them.
You have coached my kid.
Yeah, yes, I have.
Yeah.
And then that's how we met, by coaching your kid. And I've seen this team go from like not to say bashers is a bad term, but these little bashers, like the little squirts hanging around here, to really grow up to be really good, boys and girls that play baseball very well. And you guys just went to Cooperstown, New York, right?
We did. We just got back. Yeah. So Cooperstown is the tournament for 12-year-olds. So if your kid is into baseball, and it's mainly in the travel ball world that this is so known, but Cooperstown is the destination when you're 12.
Yeah.
So a lot of teams start gearing up for Cooperstown at 9, 10, 11. The sooner you do it, the better, right? So you put your team together, you get them ready, and Cooperstown is in New York. It's a week-long tournament, so you go from Saturday to Saturday pretty much. Sunday you leave, and it's insane, bro. It is insane. It's
teams everywhere. Right?
Bro, I was watching a video. There's like parades and big cardboard with the kids' faces on them.
Yeah. So there's it's the run. It's the Cooperstown run is what it's called. So it's a mini parade. So it's for the team. It's for parents. It's for players. Everybody. You could do the fat heads. You could do confetti bombs. Whatever you want to do to make your team stand out. And there is a winner for the most outrageous team to run, and it's fun, man. It's fun. We had flags. We had banners. We had a bunch of stuff.
All right. So tell us how the team did. Tell us what you guys won. What you guys did. Like, Accolades, baby. Bust them out. How did they do?
So they did good.
Okay.
You know, teams from Escondido have gone in the past. We're not the only one. We're not the first. We're not going to be the last, right?
Yep.
But I think so far we've gotten the furthest from what I know, asking around. And it's not just one organization. We have, Escondido has a bunch of travel ball teams.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And so every travel ball takes 1 or 2 teams and they go to New York. So pool play. In pool play, we went 6-0. So you play 6 games and you end up seeding. So we ended up 7th seed out of 80, like high 80 teams. I forget, 87, 80, whatever. And then you start bracket play.
Yep.
So after pool play, so on your 7th game, if you lose, you're out.
Yep.
You go home. You don't have to go home, but you're out. So we won our first one, so that was 7. And on our way back to the bunks, it was a little bit sad because the teams that played earlier than us, we were seeing those kids pack up and roll out.
Yep.
And that's when it hits you. Well, it hits us and the kids. Like,
we don't play it good. We're going to go home.
if we lose one game, we're done, right?
Should I pack my suitcase now?
Because there's so many teams.
Yeah.
Because that's the other thing is there's no double elimination in a lot of this. Pool play just gets you where you're seated, and then it's like, okay, that we're doing good, we're doing good.
Yeah.
And then single elimination comes in, and you're like, oh.
So what'd you guys place?
Overall, we placed 5th place.
Bro, out of how many teams?
80-something teams.
Oh, all right.
Now here, let me say this. You guys familiar with a team called Pottstown?
I am. Yeah.
Pottstown, okay.
I've seen them online.
So there's a YouTuber. His name is Aiden. I don't hate the guy.
Shout out to Aiden.
Shout out to
I don't hate the guy, but I do. So
Love-hate.
they did a team takeover, and they pretty much grabbed a team from the East Coast, and they stacked that team. That's the team that took us out.
Did they win it all?
Yes.
See, well, at least you lost. At least you lost the title, the champs.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even a close game. It was a blowout.
Yeah.
That team was insane. There wasn't a pitch you're going to throw that they weren't going to hit, and there wasn't a ball hit out that they weren't going to catch. Those kids were laying out for everything.
They were robots, bro.
Everything.
Yeah. Catch ball, hit ball.
Bunch of Tatis out there, bro.
Who's Tatis? Anyways, tell us a little bit about what you do for your career, bro, in a nutshell. And then Tommy hasn't got a chance to taste any of the honey.
No, I'm looking.
But then we're going to do a little taste test before we get into rapid questions. So tell us a little bit what you do.
2 things real quick. I do construction. I have a construction business that I'm slowly unwinding on that.
Construction's hard.
It's hard. And then I also have a pest control branch that I operate with a partner of mine. And that's where this comes from. That's where the honey comes from. So it is one of my favorite things to do. So we get calls for ants, rodents, but bees is my favorite thing to take care of. So this, for example, the only way I'm able to extract honey and take honeycomb and make the videos that I make on Instagram is because we do live removal and relocation.
Okay.
So pretty much I get a call, I have bees on my roof, I have bees on a tree, bees on a box. I go out there, I open up the structure, I remove the honeycomb, bees, and I pretty much, I don't take all of the honey. You can't. You take what you can.
Okay.
And then you put them in a box, and then you take them to
Relocate.
a location. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's where there's 2 jars here. One of them is from one that I actually went through the process of extracting, which it's raw honey. There's no process. All I did was grabbed it, I put it in a cheesecloth, and I just put the sheets in there, and I let it slowly drip, and I got like a gallon of it.
Whoa.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah. That was a huge hive. And the other one is a buddy of mine from Valley Center who actually goes through a process. He spins it. He does all the there's nothing added to it, but there's a process to how they extract it. And it's the same. I don't.
It tastes the same.
It's the same.
Which one's better? We're gonna test this out. Do you ever eat the honeycomb?
I do. I've like you said, I've posted videos of that, and it's a little bit sketchy though because bees are still flying around me. And I'm taking their home and their food, and but yeah, you find a golden, just nice looking piece of honeycomb, and you can't help to just bite it.
That's crazy.
It's like candy.
It is candy.
It is
nature's
candy,
buddy.
Nature's candy. Yeah.
So that's what I do. And like I said, bees are one of my favorite things to do. That's why it's probably the only thing I post. I don't post.
No, you don't do anything
else. It's just it's when I go do these live removals, I post it.
It's so interesting.
Should we taste? Let's taste. I want to taste test, and then we'll get into rapid fire questions here.
So how long would that take?
So this is your
A
guys?
typical extraction?
Yeah.
It takes me about an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Oh
right.
man, that's a lot. That's a lot, and that's labor intensive. What if it's like in someone's attic?
Yeah.
And you
Like,
better gotta get up in the attic.
Yeah.
I'm thinking 2 crackers, one for the right, one for the left. So this is what Noe did.
This is the all natural. Right?
Don't spill it over yourself, kid. You needed a bib.
I need one of those honeycomb drip.
Oh, those are nice.
He needs
I
a
should have
bib.
brought one. The little spoon thing.
Little bibaroni.
Oh, dude.
Okay, so this is Noe's here. We all love honey. Our kids love honey and peanut butter. Oh man.
It's good.
Oh
Talk
man.
about nature's candy.
The thing I love about honey is if you just grab a spoon, no cracker, it feels like it kind of numbs your tongue a little bit.
It does.
Yeah. That's why people say it's good for cold.
Should I chug it right now? I want to chug the whole body. Well, let's try your buddies. I bet you it's not as good as yours.
I asked Travis what he thought, and
Yeah.
I told him I feel like this one's a little more like flavorful.
Oh yeah, I don't like that one.
And
No.
it's also, if you look at it, it's a little more runny.
Yeah. Nothing against it, but that tastes like honey from the bottle, like from the store. And
It's
this
a little lighter, like
yeah, this has got more flavor.
it's thicker.
Oh, I love it. All right, what we do here at the Dad Last podcast, we do something called rapid fire questions. Well, let's get into rapid fire questions. Let's go. So these are questions, bro, that, you just, as soon as they come to your head, you just answer them. Those don't have to be long answers at all.
Cool.
First one. What's the most dad thing you've done to embarrass your kids this week?
Oh. Well, I see my kids riding around bikes all the time, so I roll down my window and I yell worm at them because that's what they yell at each other.
Yeah, what?
Worm.
Worm? Is that like that 6'7" thing?
They have this thing where they're on an e-bike or a bike and they see another kid and they're like, pop it up, worm.
Pop it up, worm.
So I just call them worm.
They're learning something new here at the Dad Labs.
Right?
Worm.
Worm.
Number 2. If your dad bod was a superhero, what would its power be?
Oh, man.
Ooh. Mine would be like, my superpower would be like, dude, you can make fresh tortillas every day.
I think I'd want it to be like
Interesting.
sleep, so I could just sleep.
Do your superpower be sleep?
Just
See, that goes back to
on
my
command, just like go to sleep.
freeze time.
Freeze
yeah.
time.
Oh,
Because
okay,
I would
yeah.
freeze time and then just take a nap.
Take a nap.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or just
Don't-
chill.
Don't ever tell Tommy any of your superpower hopes and dreams because he'll smash them. Because he'll be like, so, but I get that. But what if this and this? I'm like, oh, because we were talking one time. I was like, yeah, if I had a superpower, I would love to fly.
Yeah.
Or I would say teleport.
Yeah.
And then he was like, but would you teleport? And I was like, well, I'll teleport to a Laker game, front row. And he's like, but what if somebody's sitting there? Would you sit in their lap? And I'm like,
What about your clothing? Does
Damn
it
it,
teleport
Tommy.
with you?
And that's the
Stop
thing.
it.
Do you have to go get naked and then teleport?
Yeah.
That's
no,
weird.
It's just a magic. It's real.
So everything that's on you goes with you?
Goes with me. Bing, bing. And then I even thought, and we started talking about making a little like thing you wear, and you can put your family in there and just go, haboof, and we'll be
Oh, yeah.
whatever it can be.
Yeah.
Number 3, grill or diaper change. Which one are you better at under pressure?
Grill, bro.
Yeah.
Grill.
Is your little guy
100%.
still in diapers?
No, he's body trained.
Oh,
But-
see, I asked it thinking maybe he was in diapers.
No.
I
man.
think the diaper change for me is
You're a
Make it
master
easy.
at it?
No way. They're nasty.
I hate
It's
diapers.
poop. Yeah.
So I
the,
really
the grill with me is I've already made my family sick once on chicken.
I
So
love
now I've
grilling,
got that
Yeah.
PTSD in the back of my head.
Because Tommy microwaves frozen chicken to cook it.
I did it once.
Watch. We forgot to defrost our chicken, and you'll find out what Tommy does to his chicken.
Wait, what happens to it when you
Dude.
microwave it?
It's
Does-
gross.
It's gross.
So
Does it
Does
gross.
it turn white or?
No, it has a defrost button on your microwave, and it like sits and it basically heats it up.
Right.
But it's like so gross because it heats it up, and you're like, no, like
So with food, because I worked in a restaurant, if your food gets hot and it doesn't reach a certain level, bacteria continues
Yeah.
to grow inside. So when you get to that high 130, 140 level, that's when you start burning all that bacteria.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you leave it, that's why you can't put warm food, like leftovers,
With-
in the refrigerator
Yeah.
right away. You have to let it come to room temp and then put it in.
Right.
Yeah, so that's how Tommy makes his family sick.
So gross. Well, that was raw chicken.
Yeah, that was raw chicken. Sorry.
Cool.
I forgot.
Gross.
One of many Tommy's food blunders. Number 4.
Chicken and me don't mix.
Chicken? Chicken jockey.
Oh,
Number 4, if you can replace a parenting duty with a robot, what would it be?
Diaper change.
But you don't do that
Honestly.
anymore.
No, but a current one?
Yeah, currently.
Oh, current. Probably. I've been struggling with taking him to school, driving him to school, picking him up. Rides. I would do rides.
Right. Well, you know they have those new car Ubers where there's not a driver.
Yeah, those are sketchy.
You just-
though.
Uber, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
And you just kind of dial them in and they
Yeah.
take you wherever.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I would do an automatic clothing folder.
Oh, the fold clothes. I like that.
Once the dryer's done, door opens, it folds, and
You know what
just
I do?
stacks them neatly.
Robot would be the dishwasher. Wash the dishes. That's all I want done.
You gotta pull them out of the dish.
Everything. Put them away too.
Yeah,
Oh, the whole
Full
shebang.
service.
The whole shebang.
Yeah.
that would be.
The whole shebang.
Yeah, no, running around with the two older ones is hard. They have different lives, so I'd say getting them places, rides.
Yeah. Do you have no time for dates with moms? Because she's probably driving one over there, and you're probably driving one over there. And
It's hard. It's hard, buddy. But we've been talking about making the time because we haven't. We've been so focused on the kids that we need to start making time for ourselves. But it is hard, man. Having 2 kids in sports, with opposite schedules is insane. So
2 ships passing.
here's Noe's mission. We want to know about it. You're to take your lady out on a date, bro.
I'll do it.
Let's do it. Because our dad's got to stay close with the wifeys, man. You know, we got to keep that relationship tight, man.
I'll do it.
Yeah, do it. Do it, bro. Well, that's another great episode of the Dad Labs podcast, bro. Noe, man, love you, bro. I appreciate you coming in and hanging out with us. If your boys, your kids play baseball and they're in the neighborhood, go hit up the Bashers, check them out. We also are over at EALL, that's Escondido American Little League. We'll be there probably every weekend, right? You're there all the time. All right, it's Dodger Tommy in the house.
Padre Tommy.
Dad Labs, baby. We're out.
Learning to tie shoes or how to play the bass together, we conquer every challenge.